You wake up because someone is shouting. Not your name. The name they gave you. You open your eyes in a dark, crowded room. The floor is hard. Your blanket is thin. Around you, other enslaved people are already waking up. Someone is carrying water. Someone is preparing food. Someone is cleaning. And you already know what happens if you're too slow. You get up. Because in ancient Rome, you don't own your own time. You are enslaved. And today, you have work to do. You step outside while the sky is still dark. Rome is already making noise. Carts move over stone streets. Animals are calling. People are shouting. Smoke rises from cooking fires. You enter a wealthy Roman household. Your job could be almost anything. You might cook, clean, carry water, look after children, work in a shop, deliver messages, take care of animals, or perform a skilled trade. Because Roman slavery isn't one single experience. Some enslaved people work in terrible conditions on farms, in mines, or in workshops. Others work inside wealthy households and may have valuable skills. But all of them share one uncomfortable fact. They are legally controlled by someone else. This is difficult to imagine today. Roman law generally treated enslaved people as property. You could be bought, sold, transferred, or given to another person. You might have been captured during war. You might have been born to an enslaved mother. You might have been sold because your family was desperate, and you could end up thousands of miles from where you were born. Rome controls a huge empire. People from Africa, Europe, the Middle East, and many Mediterranean regions can all become part of this system. You may hear languages you've never heard before. You may work beside someone whose homeland is completely unfamiliar to you, but everyone here understands the same thing. Freedom belongs to other people. Today, your owner is expecting guests. That means everything must look perfect. You sweep the floor, carry water, prepare food, clean dishes, move furniture. You work while wealthy Romans relax nearby. You can smell the food being prepared. You see expensive dishes, beautiful clothing, imported decorations. And you realize something strange. You may spend your entire day surrounded by luxury without owning any of it. The people serving the feast help create the comfortable world their owners enjoy, but they don't control that world. Later, your owner gives you permission to keep some money. This is called peculium. It isn't completely yours under Roman law. Your owner still has legal control over it, but you can sometimes manage it, and that gives you a possibility. Freedom. You start saving. A coin here, another coin later. Perhaps your owner eventually agrees to free you if you can meet certain conditions. You don't know whether that promise will happen, but for the first time, you have something that feels like a future. Freedom has a price. Some enslaved Romans were eventually freed through manumission. If you are freed, you become a freed person, a liberatus. Your life changes. You can earn money, work for yourself, start a family, and in some cases become surprisingly successful. But freedom doesn't erase everything. Your former owner can become your patron. You may still owe them certain duties, and Roman society remembers that you were once enslaved. So freedom is real. But it isn't always simple. You look around the household. The older worker beside you has been enslaved for decades. The child carrying water may have been born into slavery. Someone else may have arrived here after being captured in war. Their futures are completely different. Some will eventually gain freedom. Some will remain enslaved for their entire lives. Some will be separated from their families. Some will build friendships and communities with other enslaved people. And some will save enough money to buy a different future. There is no single Roman slavery story. There are millions of individual ones. You walk through the city. You see temples, bathhouses, markets, monuments, huge buildings made from stone. Rome looks powerful, civilized, magnificent. But underneath all of it is something uncomfortable. Human labor. A huge amount of it. And some of those workers have almost no control over their own lives. The empire can build enormous monuments, while people carrying the materials may not even be free. Eventually, your work ends. You return to the crowded sleeping area. Your body is exhausted. Outside, Rome is still alive. People are eating, talking, celebrating. The city doesn't stop just because you're tired. You lie down on the hard floor. Tomorrow will come, and someone will wake you again. Maybe you'll clean. Maybe you'll carry water. Maybe you'll work in a shop. Maybe you'll use a skill you've spent years learning. You don't know, because tomorrow isn't completely yours. And that is the strangest part of being enslaved in ancient Rome. You can live inside one of the most powerful civilizations the ancient world has ever seen, while having almost no control over your own future. Rome can give you work, a place to sleep, a new name, and, sometimes, eventually, freedom. But tonight, none of that matters, because the sun will rise again, someone will shout, and you'll wake up, because they told you to.